Want to know what the 14 most in-demand tech jobs are? How is site reliability engineering done at companies like Indeed? And do you need a tool to help you with both performance and security when deploying in complex distributed cloud environments utilizing zero trust security policies? If so, find out the answers to these and all other end-to-end full pipeline DevOps, automation testing, performance testing, and security testing in 10 minutes or less in this episode of the Test Guild News Show for the week of April 10th. So grab your favorite cup of coffee or tea and let's do this. This episode of the Test Guild News Show is sponsored by the awesome folks at Applitools. If you don't know, Applitools is a next-generation test automation platform, which is powered by visual AI, what helps you increase quality, accelerate delivery, and reduce costs with what I think is the world's most intelligent test automation platform. But seeing is believing, so create your free account now by clicking on the very first link in the comment down below. And while you're there, why not leave a comment, and subscribe to get alerted every time we release a new episode. First up, automation news. So over the past year or so, I've been contacted by a lot of different test tool vendors. A lot of them focus on low-code, no-code solutions because there's been a big explosion in the need to be able to test package-based applications. So this next article caught my eye. It's Accelq introduces Accelq Live that helps automate no-code and low-code app testing. And I actually hosted an event for Accelq last week. You should definitely check out the recordings of it. Accelq is a platform for codeless app delivery automation, and they announced on Tuesday the introduction of Accelq Live, which will bring cloud-native continuous integration and testing to low-code and no-code application development pipelines. And the platform will reduce testing complexity by automating updates itself as the platforms are updated, and this helps take the burden off development teams to keep up with the codeless app platforms when they update to make sure that the patches don't break testing. Really cool development by Accelq, and you should definitely check it out in the first link down below. All right, in our money segment, IT observability startup Grafana Labs has raised $240 million funding round recently. If you don't know, Grafana Labs develops Grafana, which is one of the most popular open source platforms for monitoring IT infrastructure, servers, databases, and many other components of a company's IT infrastructure, automatically generating data that describes the day-to-day operations. And one of the key factors behind Grafana's popularity is its extensive feature set, and they keep adding on to it by acquiring other tools and solutions. Like they've acquired several open source tools to complement their core capabilities of its platform recently. So if you haven't already, I would definitely recommend checking out Grafana. So are you looking to future-proof your career? There are many roles that are likely to stay relevant for many years to come. I get asked about this all the time. What career should I be looking into? What skills should I need? So I found this next article on the 14 most in-demand tech jobs that you need to know. So this article was based on tech roles that they identified that were based on a mix of sources. They started with a list of Glassdoor's 50 best tech jobs for 2022, which collects information based on tech roles, based on salaries, job availabilities, reviews from its community of job seekers. Then they filtered down to display those roles requiring tech qualifications. Then they rank these based on job satisfaction, job openings, salary. They also use data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So here are the 14. Automation engineer. Well, when they talk about automation engineer here, they're referring to robotics. 13 is enterprise architect. 12 is data engineer. 11 is UX designer. 10 is Salesforce developer. You know, we were talking a lot about these package-based low-code, no-code automation solutions. Well, number 10 is Salesforce developer. That's interesting to see. Number 9 is data scientist. Number 8 is site reliability engineering, which is one of our segments. Number 7 is back-end engineer. 6 is Java developer. 5 is information security engineer. So security is another segment on our show. 4 is DevOps engineer. And within DevOps, I would include test automation. Number 3 is machine learning engineer. Number 2, cloud engineer. And number 1 is software engineer. I think we're all software engineers. So if you actually are watching this show now, if you watch this far into this, you probably fall into one of these 14 categories. So congratulations to you. You should have a gig for a long time to come. So this next article is a really cool real-world kind of case study on how scaling and automation microservice testing was done at Lyft. So Lyft actually used cloud-based isolation environments for several purposes, including end-to-end testing. As the number of microservices increased, tests using these environments became harder to scale. and they lost value. So this article dives into detail on how Lyft actually shifted to testing using request isolation in a shared staging environment and use acceptance testing to gate development deployments. And speaking of microservices, as I was researching the show, another article I stumbled across was how to use fake dependencies in testing microservices. And it goes over a few things, some of the challenges of end-to-end testing, and what the solution was using fake dependency service, and some of the benefits of writing automated tests for services in isolation, and how they also baked fake dependency service into continuous integration. So we already covered the importance of testing package-based applications. We saw on the top 14 job titles. One of them was Salesforce developer. Salesforce is a package-based application. So if that's a top 10 position, you know, being able to test that is going to be critical as well. So here's a recent interview I did with folks from Avo, which is also a package-based, no-code, low-code type solution on the top 3 automation challenges they've seen and ways to overcome them. And so as a tester, you know there's many ways that an automation project can fail. So in this episode, we dive into 3 of the test automation game changers that can help turn around any failing automation effort. So definitely check out either the audio version if you're into audio, or if you actually want to see the actual interview, you can actually watch the YouTube video of that as well. So check out the interview, and in the comments down below, just let me know if we missed anything. And I mentioned this last week, but if you missed it, you still have time to register for Applitools Future of Testing, which is actually going to be focused specifically on UX design testing. And as we saw in that article in the top 14 careers, UX design, UX developer was on that list. So if you're into testing, if you're into UX, this is a great way to up your skills by learning from some of the top experts in this area. So if you haven't registered, you're running out of time, definitely register now, and that link will be in the comment down below. Next up, performance and site reliability news. All right, I keep going back to the article on the top 14 careers, and site reliability engineering was one of them. So this next article is how site reliability engineering is actually done in the real world at Indeed. And actually first found out about this article by Richard. So thank you, Richard, for posting this. So it's a really cool insider look at what is SRE, what it means, and also how SRE is defined at Indeed, and what are some of the best practices and goals that they follow at Indeed. And after I saw the article on the funding for Grafana, it made me think of K6. So I did a quick internet search on K6 and actually came across another great article on there's more than performance testing, chaos engineering with K6 and Steadybit. I actually didn't know what Steadybit was, and the article talks about it's a resilience platform based on chaos engineering principles. So this article actually will show you how to write a performance test using K6 and then how to reuse it in a resilience experiment within Steadybit. So this blog post is really on point because over the past year or so, I've been seeing a lot of trends of how can we utilize the tests that we already have to get even more out of it. And this shows you one of the many possibilities on how you can actually use chaos engineering with load testing. So really great article. So thank you everyone at K6 for writing it. Last up, security testing news. So I actually didn't find a lot of articles in security this week, but I did find a new zero trust testing solution I never heard of before that you should definitely check out as well. So if you're a tester, you probably heard about Eggplant. That's a solution that is owned by Keysight. They do a lot of different types of testing. This next one is a new subscription-based software solution that helps enable network equipment manufacturers to validate the performance and security of their offerings when deploying in the complex distributed cloud environment utilizing zero trust security policies. And the tool is called CyPerf 2.0, and they're marketing it as the world's first instant scalable network test solution for zero trust and distributed cloud environments. So if you're going cloud native, you want to know how to make your applications more secure and more performant, definitely give CyPerf a try. They have a free demo, and let me know how it works for you. So for links of everything of value we covered in this news episode, head on over to the links in the first comment down below. So while you're there, make sure to also check out our awesome sponsor, Applitools, by creating a free account and discover how to take your automation testing to the next level by leveraging visual AI. So that's it for this episode of the Test Skill News Show. I'm Joe, and my mission is to help you succeed in creating end-to-end, full-stack, pipeline, automation awesomeness. As always, test everything and keep the good. Cheers.